My name is Katie Knight and I'm the principal at Remax Success in Toowoomba. Remax originally started in August of 1998 and it was actually my dad who started the company with the help of my sister. We were very dominant in sales by one person being my dad. He was a very strong sales agent in our area. So when Dan and I took on the company 5 years ago, our goal was to really make sure that we had a really strong sales force that wasn't like principal reliant. So now we have leading market share in Toowoomba for sales. We have leading market share for property management as well, so we're very happy with that.
Toowoomba is an hour and a half west of Brisbane, is what we'd consider as a big country town, roughly 150,000 population. Toowoomba has just completely changed in the last 5 years or so. We've had some big movers and shakers do some massive infrastructure projects, such as the Wagner's family that's built the new airport out to the west of Toowoomba. That's really opened up Toowoomba to be a hub for people to be travelling to, for tourist side of things, or to ship stuff straight out to China.
Marketing 20 years ago was, I was going to say it's not very different, and yet it is. Not very different in the fact that we ran content marketing right from the very beginning. It's actually how we built our rent roll. We now manage over 1,500 properties, but in the early stages we ran a publication in the newspaper. That's kind of how we pushed the market.
The newspaper has always had such a stranglehold on buyers and sellers in Toowoomba. Still does to some degree. It's obviously a lot more digital now, but 10 years ago we were driving down handwritten A4 pieces of paper to the Chronicle, which is our local newspaper, for them to physically type and build the ad, and you would sit next to them for anywhere from 2 to 5 hours to build these proofs and make sure that they were all lined properly and change photos around and that sort of stuff, just to make sure that your newspaper presence was going to hit the market appropriately on the weekend. Today it's so much more social. It would be the biggest thing that I've seen, and so much more digital. Digital is obviously self-explanatory, but the social aspect now of people flicking through on smartphones and taking over the way that they're searching for homes and finding agents is incredible. They're no longer using just the newspaper. They've definitely gone to Facebook and Insta, Snapchat for some agents, although it's not my thing, but definitely those social mediums.
We wanted to build a new website because we actually wanted to deliver what a customer wants.
We wanted to build a new website because we wanted to get to the front as a sales office and as a property management office. And once we got there, which we've achieved, we needed to stay there. And how do you stay there? You've got to keep changing and going cutting edge.
We partnered with Steps because I actually know Josh personally. I think Josh invited me down to one of his seminars, and I came down and saw it, and I was like, wow, you know, these guys are really across stuff that we don't know about. And being a real estate agent, like our job is to be a real estate agent, right? To know the ins and outs and be the expert of that field. What some people forget is you need a coach in all areas of your business, and for us, Josh is like our digital coach. So he's there and his team are there to help promote our business the best way digitally and show us firsthand what's working and what's not, so that we are at the forefront of what's happening in the industry.
Building a website's one thing that Steps do incredibly well, but they've got a whole other arm to their business as well that we were able to tap into, which is a content package side for us. So because everything's gone very social these days, we don't want to bombard people with here's a new listing, here's a new sold property or anything like that on social media. We want to give them content. We want to give them information about what's happening in Toowoomba, what are the infrastructure projects that I've been talking about, and tap into the way that they want to get the news, so to speak.
Working with Steps has been great. The guys have been really easy to communicate with. They've tolerated my, what could I say, OCD tendencies, wanting to get everything just right. You know, I try not to be a bit of a control freak, and I definitely take their lead, but there are certain things I wanted tweaked. They did a beautiful website, exactly what we'd asked for, but we decided the night before we didn't want that anymore. And we changed it up. We had a discussion, right? And they gave us some input, we took on their feedback, and now really happy with the finished product. And then anything we've had to tweak and change, like with any new website that's going to happen, they've been right on it for us, and they've been giving us feedback right the way through how our website's tracking, the performance and what's going on. So the partnership's been outstanding, and I would strongly recommend Josh and his team at Steps.